Good afternoon. The findings from the inquest into the Bondi Junction stabbing attack have been handed down, recommending an overhaul of the mental health care system. Joel Couchy was armed with a large hunting knife when he killed 6 people and wounded another 10 during a stabbing rampage in Westfield in April 2024. Today's State Coroner, Teresa Sullivan, made 23 recommendations.
My hope now is that the findings and the recommendations are treated not as abstract lessons, but as practical obligations. These issues are not theoretical. They have consequences measured in human lives.
5 people, including Inspector Amy Scott, who shot Couchy, have been recommended for bravery awards. We'll have a full report coming up later this hour. A Sydney teenager has been granted bail after allegedly threatening to kill Israeli President Isaac Herzog. The 19-year-old allegedly made the threats on social media last month and was arrested during a police raid on his home on Wednesday. The president arrives in Sydney this weekend with nationwide protests against his visit planned, despite New South Wales extending the state's protest restrictions. Pauline Hanson believes she can help the Liberals and Nationals take on Labor as support for One Nation soars. Live now to political reporter Isabel Mullen in Canberra. Hello, Izzy. You sat down with Senator Hanson today. What is she offering?
Good afternoon, and I did. Well, Pauline Hanson wants to give the Liberal and National parties One Nation's numbers, believing that the 3 parties could work together to try and take on Labor. I should stress she doesn't want to form a formal coalition agreement with the Liberal and Nationals parties. She wants One Nation to maintain its independence, but she does believe that One Nation could be the answer in helping any future coalition win the next election.
I would say to the coalition side, the Libs and Nats, we will give you the numbers to form government. We will give you confidence and supply. That means the bills can be paid. But I will not take on ministerial positions. I want that independence. You will not control and tell One Nation what to do.
Division within former coalition parties remains a political gift for Anthony Albanese. Talks between David Littleproud and Susan Lee are ongoing, but there is no concrete resolution yet. The Prime Minister having a field day there in question time this afternoon.
They're just focused on each other. Liberals focused on other Liberals, Nats focused on other Nats, people joining the crossbench, and now talk of a 3-way coalition with Pauline Hanson.
Susan Lee is looking for a second face-to-face meeting with David Littleproud to continue those truce talks. Anne.
Thanks, Izzy. Isabel Mullen joining us from Canberra. The attempted bombing of an Invasion Day protest in Perth has been declared a terrorist act. A 31-year-old man who's accused of throwing a homemade bomb into the crowd has been charged by police with engaging in a terrorist act.
This was a terrorist attack on West Australians. As Police Commissioner, that saddens me. No doubt it saddens the rest of our country that a fellow citizen would seek to cause harm to others in our community.
He's the first person in the state's history to be charged with the offence. Savannah Guthrie, the American TV host whose mother has been kidnapped, has posted a passionate plea to the people who took her mother. 84-year-old Nancy vanished from her Arizona home with ransom notes sent to a local TV station.
We need to know, without a doubt, that she is alive and that you have her. We want to hear from you, and we are ready to listen. Please, reach out to us.
No suspect has been identified after reports her son-in-law was the last person to see her alive. Detectives say her pacemaker disconnected from its monitoring app early on Sunday morning. The royal family is facing increasing pressure over the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, with Queen Camilla, the latest royal, asked about the revelations. Camilla is a patron of charities supporting sex abuse victims. Europe correspondent Ben Downey reports.
This is not only an incredibly sensitive moment for Queen Camilla, but it is also very potentially damaging for Her Majesty. She, as many people are aware, is a patron of multiple charities that work to combat violence against women and sexual exploitation. But when asked by a reporter today at an official visit to a primary school whether she had a word for any of Jeffrey Epstein's victims, she was silent. Heckling King Charles, we have to remember, was one of the last straws last year for His Majesty when he stripped the former Prince Andrew of his titles and ordered him to leave his 31-room mansion, Royal Lodge.
How long have you known about Andrew and Epstein? Have you asked the police to cover up for Andrew?
This week, Charles expedited Andrew's eviction under the pressure from the Epstein saga, kicking him out of his home of 21 years in the dead of night to Sandringham, despite his denials of any wrongdoing. When the King first took these steps last year, he and the Queen said their thoughts and sympathies were with victims and survivors of abuse. That's a claim being tested by this moment.
Good morning, Your Majesty. Good morning. Will the royal family help the Epstein investigation? Do you have a message for Epstein's victims, Your Majesty?
Added to this, a new investigation into the former prince is now a very real possibility, so it very much is an evolving crisis for the royal family.
Two Melbourne golfers have defied the odds to achieve consecutive holes in one. The exact odds of that happening are 146 million to 1. Ainsley Kosh spoke with the golfers about the rare achievement.
Well, it's not every day a golfer can hit a hole in one, but these two achieved that yesterday. I'm joined by Graham and Michael. Guys, how are you both feeling?
Pretty numb at the moment still. Yeah, it isn't. It's going to take a while to sink in because it's my first hole in one after over 50 years of playing golf, so it's pretty full on at the moment. I'm in a bit of a fog.
You've both been playing golf a really long time. Could you believe it when it happened yesterday?
No, I was stunned actually. We just both hit good shots and just watched the ball fly through the air and land just short of the green, roll up and disappear.
And you both won $10,000 in prize money. What do you think you'll be spending that on?
Yeah, I'm off on a golfing holiday to Scotland in 2 months, so there's some nice spending money.
And do you have any tips for other golfers here, or was this just sheer luck?
It's just sheer luck pretty much. Yeah. All you can do is start the ball off in the right direction, and the rest of it's up to the gods. You don't have any control of it once you've hit it, so...
Well, congratulations to you both. I think drinks will be on you tonight. This is certainly an occasion to celebrate.